Welcome in, guys. My name is Tam, and you are here at the Enlightened Auntie Perspective. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to talk about walls versus boundaries. Yesterday I got into dialogue with someone on Twitter and they mentioned how, they had put up these walls, these tremendous walls based on, previous wounding from relationships. We've all been there. Sometimes healing from those wounds takes a lot longer to deal with when you run from them like the plague. But there is a difference between walls and boundaries. So let's talk about boundaries. So all of 2021 was really spent, any one of my clients who may be watching this has heard this speech. All of 2021 really was spent learning about boundaries, when to implement them, how to implement them. When Neptune went retrograde, rose-colored glasses came off. You spent the summer and the fall months being in awe of the situations and the things that you were starting to recognize around you. You started to reevaluate your connections. You started looking at your friend groups, your circle. Who are these people and why are they here? Are they here for me? Or are they here for something else? We discovered that some of the people in our closest circles were the snakes in our grass. And as we came into the new year, we were being asked to implement the lessons that we've just learned all in 2021, excuse me, and implement them now with compassion with the people that are closest to us. Boundaries. What do healthy boundaries look like? My boundaries consist of, I am not welcoming energies into my space that do not feel welcoming to me. Period. I no longer not trust my intuition, which I've done, and most people do it. A lot of us do it. Because part of you having walls of protection, in order to break that down, really requires you to be grounded yourself, grounded in your own knowing. Because you won't have to have walls up with people if you are aware of the red flags. If you've dealt with, especially if you're dealing with people that you've already dealt with, you know their way. If this is somebody who's hurt you, then you know what the red flags are. So if you're dealing with them and you see a red flag, then you can remove yourself from the situation, or you remove them from your area or your space. But that comes from being grounded, being able to use your discernment and your, trusting your intuition. That's what it's there for. Boundaries is loving yourself, honoring yourself first, and not allowing other people to cross this boundary of comfort for you. You're not going to let people come towards you with bullshit. I mean, it's kind of like, I think for the most part, we all start off wanting to put people on the same playing field. You know, there's just fairness amongst everybody. We treat everybody the same. You know, the people that are closest to us, obviously we're going to love on them a little bit more, but everybody, we start off on the same playing field of respect. When you start to see the red flags, the thing that I need y'all to start working on now, as we go into 2022, as we keep moving forward, implementing boundaries, pay attention, like really pay attention to the energy that the people around you are giving you. The reason why folks put these walls up or they feel like they're going to get hurt, that energy alone it's almost like putting a magnifying glass on it, and you make it big, you make it happen. Law of Attraction 101. That what you think about is what you create. You create this paranoia situation when it doesn't need to be. You could actually be preventing yourself from engaging with really good people because you got these walls up because this person or these people shit on you and it left you feeling jaded, and now you don't want to engage with other people. We've all been there, and this is like all kinds of relationships. I've had a best friend do some real just like some real fuck shit, and I was incredibly jaded, and for a long time, and even now I'm still working through it on a different level though. Reminding myself that I don't have trust issues, but low level I kind of do have trust issues, and I'm aware of it though, which that's a start. I'm aware that I have this one little issue, but I try to stay in tune with my intuition so that I'm paying attention to the energy the people around me are giving me. If it feels off, if I feel anything, I'm going to honor what I feel, period. I'm not going to question it anymore. I stopped doing that a long time ago. You don't have to have those walls up when you are in a space, when you personally are in a space of owning how you feel, owning how you move, like this, taking responsibility, like full responsibility for your actions, the way that you move, the way that you show up for the world. You ain't got to please nobody but yourself, really. But you prevent sometimes the best things that could possibly happen to you because you're guarded and closed off. This energy has been showing up in my client readings, the last couple of readings I did, where people were being presented with these really good situations, new opportunities, new love relationships, new jobs, whatever, just new opportunities, new groups, new surroundings. And people feel like, one, they're afraid to jump into it or at least take the steps to go towards it because they're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of being wounded. There goes that wall. I don't want to take these steps because what if this bad thing happens? Why in the world are you manifesting that, number one? Why on earth would you even introduce that into your world? What if something bad happens? Oh, well, what if something bad happens? The thing is about reciprocating energy. Instead of you pouring 500% into something, you show them what they show you. They're giving you, you give back. Don't breadcrumb, give what you get. You don't have to worry about those walls. And as soon as you realize or feel like you're not getting something reciprocal, pull back. Or pull away completely. Choice is yours. But there's no need to have this wall up, because that wall keeps you hidden For why? Boundaries. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not putting up with that. Keep that over there. Boundaries. I can still deal with you on a limited basis. Boundaries. Boundaries. Not allowing people to dictate to you how they want you to move. No, thank you. I don't think so. Boundaries. A wall will prevent connection. It prevents you from being able to connect to others. That fear holds you back from the very thing that you want. Everybody wants to be loved and understood and appreciated and respected. Like, everybody wants that, right? Everybody deserves that. I just totally lost my train of thought. But everybody wants and deserves that. And if you're engaging with people and you don't feel, again, if you don't feel the reciprocity, then pull back. You don't have to stay somewhere where you're not being appreciated. Boundaries. Instead of having a wall up that keeps you from the love that you're looking for. And then you'll be mad. It's funny because I get a lot of this too. You'll pray to the universe, you'll pray to God, you'll be like, this is what I want. And you'll have like this little list in your head of what it is that you want. And you'll be presented with it, but your walls will be so damn high that you don't even allow people the opportunity to see the other side of the wall, to even get close enough to you when it is what you want, but it didn't come in the package that you expected it to be in. It doesn't look like what you thought it was supposed to look like. So you cut your nose off to spite your face because, number one, something didn't come to you the way you expected it to. And number two, maybe subconsciously you don't even think that you deserve to have it. Let's talk about that. Maybe you don't think you deserve to have it. But what's yours is already yours. You just have to be open to receive it. When you got walls up, I ain't talking about boundaries now. When you got walls up, you're not even open to receive. You're not open to give and you're not open to receive. So if you're not open to give and you're not open to receive, there's no energy passing back and forth. What are you doing? Your ass is running around in circles going, I wish I would have love. I want love and I want to be happy. But you don't even allow the happiness to come to you because, one, you don't believe that you deserve to be happy. And two, the happiness that shows up at your door, you're like, yeah, happy, but not that happy. No, not them. For real? How'd that work? How is that working for you? Well, let's go there. Let's ask that question. How's that working for you? And I get being afraid. I get being afraid. I get everybody's had their heart broken. We've all had our hearts broken. And it sucks. It sucks. But if you allow yourself to just hope, and the way that I explain it to people is that, like, the good feeling that you had while you were with these people that broke your heart, these are all lessons, number one. Let's just start there. Someone crushes your heart. Crushes you. There's a lesson in it. There's a lesson in the amount that you're giving, all the things that you're doing. It's about reevaluating what you think are the foundations of the relationship. I mean, there's all these things that will run through your head while you're going through this stuff, but heartbreak is it's a lesson. It's a lesson, because afterwards you're going to be so gun shy, you're not going to want anybody to get close enough to you to make you feel that pain again. But the lesson and what you were supposed to extract from the experience is that good feeling. The feeling of, this is what it feels like to be loved, to be in love, like that, the warm and fuzzies. This is what it feels like. Okay, that shit may not have worked out the way that you expected it to, whatever. But if you really assess the situation, I mean, with honesty, when you look at the situations that broke your heart, you can kind of, this ain't no victim shaming, because like I said, we've all done it. You can kind of look back and see your missteps and see exactly where things kind of, went to the left. You can recognize it. This is the same thing. It's like when you realize, when you're engaging with people and you notice a red flag, there's something that it stands out. Yeah, absolutely pay attention to the red flag, but don't dismiss the green flags because you got these high ass walls up. Because you're literally preventing yourself from reaching that happiness, that abundance energy that you want, because you got these walls up. You want love, and you're telling the universe, I want love and happiness, and love and happiness keeps showing, it shows up. You can't tell me I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. Because when you're out, if you're asking for something, pure heart, pure intent, I want this, the universe will listen to you. The universe will send it to you. And 9 times out of 10, y'all will walk away from it and be like, ooh, but not that person. Y'all will dismiss people before they even have an opportunity to really let you know who they are. Or the focus is on something really superficial that is not even a deal breaker, right? I think our next episode, we're going to talk about karma, and negative karma, and how certain dynamics in relationships, how they create the negative karma, how karma's created, really, which is kind of a focal point of my practice, which I'm leaning towards these days. I'm like really interested in all things karma related. It's very fascinating. So we'll talk about that in the next episode. But I hope that you find some value. Excuse my dog. He's over there scratching his own ass. I hope that you find value in my content, and I'm so glad that you spent this time with me today. Until next time, be the best you that you can be, and see yourself the way that I see you. I love you. Take care.